What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do a quick review of these MRAWARM Rechargeable Heated Gloves. In this review, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about these gloves, including one thing that you should know before buying. So I got these gloves. I've actually been testing out a bunch of these different gloves because it gets pretty cold where I am, and I spend a lot of time outside. I've done hunting, skiing, snowboarding, a lot of different things. And I wanted gloves that would actually keep my hands warm for those extended periods of time. Not just when it's like, snow shoveling, which a lot of gloves can do that, but when you're out there for an extended period of time and you need something really, really warm. And these particular gloves are actually pretty good. So before I explain everything about the gloves and the heating mechanism, etc., I just want to tell you what it comes with. So it comes with both the gloves, the batteries inside the gloves. So they're in these little compartments here. I'll show you in a second. And then also these little charging cords. So that's what it all comes with. And here's how it actually works, right? So basically there's a little battery that's in here. You plug the cord from the glove into the battery. In this case, you have to turn on the battery. Some of them you don't have to do that. This one you do. You can tell that it turns on, obviously, when the LED light turns on, so this is on now. And then you just basically shove it back into the pocket. And it's important to note that this doesn't interfere. This is on the back side, kind of like on the top of your wrist. That's what that actually is. But before we talk too much about the warming thing, just in terms of the gloves themselves, they are good gloves. They have really good material here, very strong material. It's just well made, you can tell. These do have these little pads right here, which actually make them work with smartphones, etc., the touch devices that we all have. They do work for that. These are, I don't want to say non-slip, but this material slips a lot less than, like if they just made all this material. So they're not necessarily non-slip, but they do slip less, I can say that. I don't know what this is. I thought this was kind of weird. It's like a like a little shark fin or something. I don't know if that's to wipe something off, or maybe it's for your phone, like a squeegee. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but I noticed that because I don't have it anywhere else on these. But yeah, when I warm for hunting, and they definitely kept my hands warm for quite some time. I mean, the glove itself is actually pretty good. So just the glove, it's very comfortable on the inside. One of the most comfortable ones that I've worn. And then it has this little strip right here for around the wrist. You can put that on so, you can put a jacket in and make sure that stays there, or just make sure snow doesn't get into your hands, etc. So overall, a good glove. Now let's talk about the batteries and the heating mechanism. So basically, after it's turned on here, you can essentially just hold this down and you're going to see the light. Okay, so there it's telling me, hold on, hold it down. Okay, there we go. So it's on red. So it has 3 different levels. This is high. High goes about 2 to 3 hours, 150 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. White, which is 3 to 4 hours with 130 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And then blue, which is 4 to 5 hours, 110 to 120. And I want to say, I know you guys can't feel it, but these gloves are already warming up, right? They're warming up really well. And if you've never seen these gloves before, they're not these are just like regular gloves, right? They're not stiff, anything like that. You can't really feel the wires, but they're in there. So it is already warming up. When I use these, I tend to use them on the lowest setting, just because I feel like the higher settings can actually make my hands sweat, which is pretty much the exact opposite of what you want in really cold weather. So I actually just prefer the lowest setting. But yeah, these, honestly, what I usually did when I was wearing these is I would turn them on for maybe 20 minutes when my hands got cold, and then turn them off, and then I wouldn't need them for another hour or two. So I was out there for a while, and these really held up the entire time. Now, in terms of the one thing to know about these, so these come with these right here to charge them, and I actually haven't even had to charge them yet, but they come with these to charge them, which is great. But the problem is they don't have the electrical box that you plug into. This is literally it. So with your phone, how you usually plug into a little box, and then that's the thing that connects to the outlet. These literally do not have a box or anything, which is kind of annoying because you have to have your own way of charging. There's a lot of people have things laying around and everything, but I just thought it's kind of a cheap way to save a buck, because some of them you can just charge them in like an AC adapter and charge both the batteries at once. These ones do not allow that, but not necessarily a deal breaker, but just something you should be aware of. I was a little annoyed by that, but other than that, they are actually good gloves. They're comfortable. Like I said, I don't think that you need to have the heating element on at all times. You'll see if you end up getting these. They are pretty good. They hold in the heat well. And yeah, definitely recommend them if you're considering it, and don't think that you would regret purchasing these.